There's an entire month dedicated to breast cancer awareness for women, but breast cancer in men is rarely discussed.
Though not as common, it does happen. WESH Sonica Donge spoke with a local survivor.
Happens every round to determine play order.
Philip Harms has worn many hats. Avid board game developer, minister in Indonesia and Africa, U.S. military veteran, father, husband, and gardener.
It looks like I need to water really bad.
But over the last 2 years, he and his family have been tested beyond imagination.
I got to the point where I didn't think I was going to wake up for like 2 days in a row. I just thought, this is it. Lord, I'm coming to see you.
It started about 2 years ago when Harms noticed a lump near his breast.
I didn't really think much of it because I didn't think you could have breast cancer if you were a male.
But as it grew, Harms made an appointment at the VA to get it checked out.
He said, whoa, he goes, that's pretty big. He said, you need to have a mammogram. I'm like, what? I'm like, that's for girls.
The mammogram, taken on Harms' 53rd birthday, revealed a stage 4 breast cancer diagnosis. According to the American Cancer Society, about 1 in 833 men will develop breast cancer in their lifetime. Now, compared to the 1 in 8 odds for women, it is a rare diagnosis. That also makes it uniquely challenging.
There is a stigma that some male breast cancer patients may feel, but that doesn't need to be the case. Like with any cancer, we just want to know about it.
Harms' treatment ramped up quickly after he opted for a double mastectomy. All other activities and hobbies on pause as he fought for his life.
They pretty much told me like clockwork when I was going to lose my hair. I mean, to the day. They said, in 2 weeks, you're going to start losing your hair. I had my family come over and I said, okay, whoever has the most grudges against me gets to hold the clippers and clip my hair. So we tried to make fun of that, but it just, everybody started crying. And I started crying, and there's been a lot of tears over here, but I tell you what, cancer in some ways, even though it's so terrible, it can actually be a blessing because you learn what's really important in your life.
After both chemo and radiation, Harms' last PET scan a few weeks ago found no evidence of the disease. His former employer in Indonesia has offered him another position that he just accepted, and he's actively working to release a new board game. But none of that would have been possible without recognizing the symptoms of male breast cancer.
Any new lumps in their breast, any kind of skin changes like dimpling in their breast, if they notice any scaling in their nipple or nipple discharge, if they find any kind of retraction and they used to have an outie and now they have an innie, those type of things would be concerning to find in their breast tissue. Or even a lump under the armpit, that could be something that needs to be investigated as well.
Don't be afraid. Let's try and find it early so that you don't have to be one of the stage 4 guys.
Sonica Donge, WESH 2 News.